What's up, YouTube and Patreon? Zachary Michaels here. I'm an actor, and this is An Actor Reacts. Today, we'll be reacting to Céline Dion's latest album, Courage. Let's get into it. Before we get started, if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment below. And if you'd like to further support myself in the channel and gain access to some exclusive content and early reactions and reviews, the link to join my Patreon will be in the description box. Courage is a 12th English language and overall 27th studio album by Céline Dion, released on November 15th, 2019. It was her first English album in 6 years after It Loved Me Back to Life in 2013. For the album, she worked with various writers and producers, including Sia, David Guetta, Sam Smith, StarGate, Jimmy Napes, Lauv, Stephan Moccio, DallasK, and many more. The album was supported by the promotional single Flying on My Own, and 5 official singles, Imperfections, Lying Down, and Courage, were all released simultaneously worldwide, while Soul was later released in Italy and Change My Mind in the United Kingdom. In the US, Courage debuted atop the US Billboard 200 with 113,000 album equivalent units sold in its opening week, becoming her first #1 album on the chart in 17 years. It also debuted atop the Canadian albums chart with 55,000 album equivalent units, marking the biggest single week consumption total of the year for any artist and becoming Celine's 16th overall #1 album in Canada. Ultimately, Courage managed to chart inside the top 10 on over 20 charts worldwide, was nominated for 2 Juno Awards, and was certified silver in the United Kingdom and gold in France and Canada. All right, y'all. Here we are. Finally, I know I'm the worst. I know this is super late. I sincerely apologize, but we finally here. We made it, y'all. Quickly before we get into the album, if you'd like to see my uncut reaction, so without the songs being cut up, that should be up on Patreon right now for the lead actor patrons, as well as Barbara Streisand and Céline Dion. Tell him that should also be up on Patreon. If it's not already, it'll be up in the next couple days. So let's just get right into the album. I don't want to waste y'all time any longer because I've made y'all wait long enough.
There's something shifting in the air.
Like the vibe.
If I'm not mistaken, my feet on the runway. It's a beautiful day. I'm flying on my own the wings of your love.
Another one, like I said, with Imperfections. Definitely modern feel. Did not expect this though. Especially now for the opening track. Céline Dion said, "Put me in the dance clubs."
Nothing's blocking my view. It's a beautiful day. I'm flying on
Still singing her butt off. Makes me think of that game, Kingdom Hearts. And her voice is soaring.
I'm free like an eagle, soaring like an eagle. My feet on the runway.
I love the kind of atmospheric feel to it, like almost like you're floating, like this part, and then it,
I'm flying on my own.
hey,
Flying on my own.
like outer space vibes. All right, so Flying on My Own. Céline Dion said, expect the unexpected, because I definitely did not expect like an EDM dance pop track to open up a Céline Dion album. But that being said, I thought it worked. I really enjoyed it. Like the beat was just really good. And yeah, EDM can be kind of predictable, like exactly when a drop is coming, da 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 da. but I don't know, I didn't mind it, and I did really enjoy those like parts during the verses when it was just like really floaty and atmospheric, and then the more EDM element will come in for the chorus. So I enjoyed the like ride of the song, and then vocally she killed it. I think that's a big part of the reason why this song works so well, because even though it's like Celine Dion stepping in the EDM and it could be like, what the hell is this, she didn't sacrifice her vocals. Like her voice soared on this song, like talking about flying on her own, her voice was flying like an eagle. Really, really great. And I think it also worked because of the subject matter of the song. It really matches some of the other songs that I've already heard, like The Hard Way and Courage and Imperfections. It still has that message of like, you know, I'm gonna make it by myself. Like I'm gonna make it, and that encouraging element is still there. So really did not expect this, but I really enjoyed it. So let's go on to the next track. Love the piano. Kind of eerie.
You said forever after, but what came after that? You said
Like that add in
romantic was the
with
romance
the
and
bass,
this.
maybe that
It's
is.
obvious that you're full of it. I tried to give you time, but
Hey.
then my time slipped away. You said the pretty things you know I like, but I can read between the lines. If lovers never die,
Ooh, love the production and the ooh,
when I see you,
the vocals,
I see you, it gives me inside.
the dark vibe. I
I
love.
trust too easily. I trusted you, treat me well. It's obvious.
Love
you're
the
full of
attitude.
it. And why do I need you?
This part right here feels so like
When I see you,
I can't put my finger on it, but it's like ooh, mischievous.
how do you say goodbye if lovers never die?
And that one part reminds me of like Carmen, like that. Ooh.
If lovers never die, then why do I need you?
Like this part feels so like salsa,
If lovers
like that feel.
never die.
Very Spanish.
Why do you say goodbye if lovers never die?
I love this song. Like I wish it was longer. Everything about it was just so good. Like it started off with that real dark, moody piano. I thought it was gonna be a ballad, but then that bass and guitar kicked in, and it was like dun dun, and then it had this nice little edge to it. And then her vocals were so different but great. Like she delivered a really like sensual, sexy, kind of angry vocal, which I really loved. And love just the sensual, angry, moody, dark vibe of this song. It was just so great. And like the chorus, that if your lovers never die, then na 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 na, like I love that. It gave me like it made me think of like the opera Carmen, or like I said salsadoring, but the word I was trying to say tango. Like it gives me like a tango vibe, like just real sexy and sensual and doo-doo-doo. And I just loved every second of it, how it all came together, and the strings, and just how, again, just sexy and sensual it was, while still having that angry factor to it. Like she had so much anger behind her words, and the way she was like, you know, you tricked her, and da-da-da, and da-da-da. Just loved everything about this song. This one, I know we only 2 tracks in, and we got 21 total tracks, but I'm 100% sure this is gonna at least be an honorable mention, because it's too good not to be. I love this song. And just the build of it, and just so good. Yeah, I guess that's all I got for now. Let's go on to the next track. Okay, this one sounds like it's actually gonna be a piano ballad.
When the sun went down on that day, I never thought a love would come back to me.
Her voice is really punching you here.
I had run out of hope, reached the end of the road, just when I thought I was destined to end up all alone. You showed me there's more to this life. I can't believe I'm falling in love once again. No, this wasn't part of the
Her voice is really...
I can't believe I'm falling in love, but I'm falling in love once again.
I like this. It's very simple. Her voice is taking you on a ride.
You hold my heart. I never thought that I would be strong enough to move on, but I'm falling in love once again.
The power, the resonance.
I can't believe I'm falling in love. Oh, I'm falling in love once again.
Like her voice here feels her kind of raspy, like and then she goes so clear.
But I'm falling in love once again.
Love that in the background. All right, falling in love again. This one's a lot more simple. She took a step back on this track from like the more production heavy past two tracks. And this one's just all about her voice. Like it's mostly piano led. There's maybe some strings in there, light strings, some light background vocals, but it's really about her voice on this track. And boy, does she sing her butt off. Like, just really beautiful. Her voice soars when it needs to, and it's just nice and simple when it needs to. Like, the verses are almost just kind of spoken, and they have this kind of rasp and kind of desperation to it. And then the falling in love, her voice has so much clarity and resonance. So I love just the way she transitioned between those two kind of zones in her voice. Really, really beautiful. And the simplicity made it even better because you just got to focus on the vocals. I think that's actually all I have on this song, but I really enjoyed it because that voice is something magical. Let's go on to Lying Down. Cinematic.
Oh, I didn't mean to fall in deep, but I've no regrets.
This one feels kind of like a opera too.
It's time I left. I don't need someone.
Yes, background.
Feels so bad. I found me, I found faith, I found trust. You can take this from me. I won't take it lying down.
Yes. Oh. Very triumphant feeling. Definitely cinematic. Yes, violence. Or whatever strings that is.
And I've just enough left to help me pack my bags. 'Cause I found something I thought I lost. I found me, I found faith, I found trust. Bitter words ain't hurting me now. I won't take it lying down. I won't take it lying down. You can't
It has rock flair to it too.
I won't take it lying down. I won't take it lying down.
Lying down.
I won't take it lying down.
The elegant strings in the background. right, Lying Down. I love how triumphant this song is. Very, very big, very cinematic. Like I said, like I could see this easily playing in a movie. Like during I was imagining that movie with Jennifer Lopez, Enough. Like I could hear this song and that like she's not taking it lying down anymore. She's grown. She's got all this strength now. So I love that, and I love all the conviction and attitude she's had on this song and throughout the album so far. Like that aggression that she has in her voice. I love the orchestra behind her as well, and like the orchestral elegant feels, and then it would go into like the violins going super hard, like the doom 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 doom, and then the drums and stuff would kick in, and that gave more of a like a rock feel. So just really interesting composition of this song. And like I've mentioned many times before, her voice works so well with that in that like aggressive rock element. So I love that feeling to this song. Just really, really great vibe and feel that this song ignites. Just very, it definitely fits within the theme of the album, like the courage. Like she's finally got the courage. She's got enough to pack a bag and leave. She's not taking it lying down anymore. Really great lyrically, really great vocally, and really, really great composition of the song. I think that was for sure my favorite part, like the build and the strings and the drums and just everything coming together. Really, really cool. Oh, plus the background vocals in there. Just really great composition of this track. But yeah, let's go on to Courage, I believe is the next track. All right, this is one we know.
If I said I'm fine, I think of you at least 100 times.
Go check out my reaction to the music video if you haven't seen it yet.
Echo of my voice, I hear your words.
You would?
Just like you're there. Courage, don't you dare fail me now.
Love the strings back there. Love just how vulnerable this song feels.
Keep away the doubt.
Oh, and this part.
I'm staring in the face of something new. You're all I got to hold on to. So courage, don't you dare fail me now.
Love how breathy she is here.
Sometimes it drowns me till I can't breathe, thinking it's only in our memories. But then I talk to you like I did then, in conversations that will never end. I'm staring
Love
in
the
the face of
strings.
something new. You're all I got to hold on to. And is it dreaming? But isn't it crashing? Courage, don't you dare fail me now. 'Cause it's not easy when you're not with me. And it's a train
Love how it swarms here.
crashing.
Like all encompassing. Don't you dare fail me now. This one also has a cinematic feel to it. All right, Courage. I'll keep this brief since I've already reacted to this song on the channel. If you want to hear my full thoughts, you can go watch that reaction. But basically, my thoughts on this song comes down to, I just love how vulnerable it feels. From the lyrics to the vocals, you feel that sadness in her voice, and then the strings backing her up, and the way that builds and goes down and builds and goes down. Just really beautiful song, and you feel that hurt when you listen to this track, because she's gone through a lot of loss. Within the past couple years, we'll say. And just really beautiful track. That's all I got on it for right now. Shout out to Céline Dion. Now let's go on to Imperfections, another track that I've already heard.
I tried to give all myself to
you.
I got my own imperfections.
Don't.
I got my own set of scars to hide. So give it up, give it up. I ain't
Just love the
gonna
pluckiness.
save. Give it up now. 'Cause I got my own imperfections. I got my own. Hold on. I'm trying to put you on the shelf. But before I could love you, I need to learn to love myself. I got my own set of scars to hide. I got my own imperfections. I can't hold you hard when I'm fixing mine. 'Cause I got my own imperfections. I got my own. You're part of me, and you are too. And I don't really wanna choose. Can you love them the way that I love you? They make me who I am today, and they won't ever go away. Before I can love you, I need to learn to love myself.
All right, Imperfections, another one that I've already reacted to on the channel. So if you want to see my full thoughts, go check out that reaction. But it's still a really good song. I love the vibe of it. I love just how snappable it is. It's funny though, because compared to like before, I thought this was so, not like risque, but I thought like, oh, this is so different for a Céline Dion. And then I listened to the full album and I hear a song like Flying on My Own, which is like, you know, completely different than what I would expect from Céline Dion. So this song in comparison feels a lot safer, but I still really enjoy it, especially just like the pluckiness of the song throughout. And then I also really like her diction and her like phrasing throughout the song, the different words and stuff. That always intrigues me. And then I also just love the subject matter. Like, I gotta work on myself before I can, you know, love anyone else. Self-care, self-love. Get into it, everybody. So let's go on to the next track. Okay. More new sounds.
We were bold, we were dust, we were energy.
I kind of wish what was happening at the beginning had continued.
Effortless dancing.
This is okay, but I really like what was happening.
All of my sirens running to your fire. Don't fight it. Change my mind. Make me drunk on you again. Change my mind. I've been waiting for you. Change my mind.
Like guitar here.
But I just see
Not crazy about this song overall though.
pushing you away. And it's all I can do as an optimist. Turn back time. Don't you wonder where I've been? Are you ever gonna change my mind?
See, this is nice right here. Feels kind of bluesy hip hop. Or should have stayed in that element.
Change my mind.
She's killing it vocally though.
We were bold, we were dust, we were energy. We were more in the light than would ever be.
Okay, like this ending too. All right, Change My Mind. Not the biggest fan of this song. It started off so promising. Like, I love that, like, like at the beginning, it gave me a real like jazzy, bluesy kind of hip hop vibe, and I really liked that and wish that it continued throughout the song. But then it like switched into more of like a pop rock kind of anthem thing, which I don't know. It just, when it started off the way that it did, I was hoping for something different, but then the transition kind of disappointed me. Maybe if the song had already been in that pop rock element, I would have liked it more, but I really wanted more of that like bluesy, jazzy hip hop feel. Of course, she killed it vocally, so that was great. And I did like the strumming of the guitar at certain parts. But like when that bluesy jazzy part came back in, I was like, oh yeah, no, this, I want this. But yeah, overall, not my favorite. Started off really promising though. And then I did like that ending portion when it kind of faded out. It was almost a cappella. But yeah, that's all I got on this one. So let's go on to the next track. Okay, I'm liking the vibes. This one feels like you're floating again almost. Like in a trance. Voice very soft here.
You always put a cap on your fire. You think that everyone
like
is
the guitar, that same little riff.
Stop saying
very
no,
calming.
no.
Very
Say
soothing.
yes once more. Remember the good
Lo-fi, very lo-fi song.
when he wants to talk. You got nothing to say.
Love what she's doing with her voice on this one.
You always put a cap on your fire.
Just very simple, but it works so well. Almost restrained,
your feelings show.
which makes sense with what she's talking about in that song.
Saying no, no, no. Say yes once more.
And right here, it feels so open.
You deserve to feel that rush again. Say yes. Say yes.
Strings there, just floating.
Remember the good times. Let go of the pain. Say yes. Say yes.
This was a really like soft and simple and beautiful song. I really enjoyed it. Really like calming too, like everything about it, like very like lo-fi, like the guitar simple strum that's like it's almost on a loop, and then the other production making it feel like you're just kind of floating with this song, and the way her voice just kind of floated over top of it too, like it felt like her voice was just swaying back and forth. And I love too how it was almost kind of felt restricted on this one, like her delivery was almost like very constricted until she was like, say yes, and then it came out. But for the verses, when she's singing about how constricted this person is, it was very like no, and then it just came out and flowed. So I just really enjoyed how this song felt. Like the vibe was just so floating in space. Calm down, relax, breathe, say yes, open up. Really zen song. Yeah, I think that's all I got on it. Really enjoyed this one. So let's now go on to Nobody's Watching. Okay. Bluesy country feel.
I had it up to here, up to my neck, with everything politically correct.
Hey, I come up.
I wanna sing like nobody's listening. I wanna talk like nobody cares. I wanna dance, 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 dance like nobody's watching.
Love her taking risks.
I wanna dance, 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 dance like nobody's watching. Nobody.
Hey, love this part.
Too much information in
Love
my
the
head.
cymbals too. Or is that a
maraca?
maraca?
I'm in the red. I wanna party like a believer. I wanna wear whatever I wear. I wanna dance, 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 dance like nobody's watching. I wanna dance like nobody's watching. I wanna dance.
I wanna dance, 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 dance like nobody's watching. I really enjoyed this track, really fun. Again, I like Celine Dion taking risks. This was a more bluesy kind of country feel to this, with some like hip hop elements in there almost. Like the parts when the drums would really kick up, and it was like, oh, okay. And then you just had those moments of the pure just guitar or bass or whatever, like the boom, boom, da doom, do. Just really, really fun song. I don't think it's gonna be one of my top tracks, but I did really enjoy it. Like her just talking about, leaving behind the politically correctness and, leaving behind people's thoughts or whatever and just going alone and dancing like nobody's watching and having a good time. I get it. Sometimes you just got to break away from society and have fun. And you could definitely have fun to this song. Again, won't be one of my top tracks, but I did really enjoy it and had a good time listening to it. And like her vocal delivery on it, again, like that, just the way that she's able to play around and maneuver her voice on songs, I think is really impressive. Like, really, really malleable. I feel like I say that a lot, but she's one, again, a very malleable voice. It can adapt to many different kinds of sounds and stuff. But yeah, let's go on to The Chase. It's like a spaceship slash wedding bells or like a church. Like that organ feel.
This is from a girl who still believed that there was someone in the world to take her at her best and her worst. Won't give up when it hurts, 'cause I wish you'd stay.
Jungle vibes there for a second.
There's just something about the chase.
This feels very Phil Collins.
And I can't give up, 'cause I'm still reveling in the rush of the chase. Ain't afraid to take it.
Love the drums on this. That's what's giving me the Phil Collins vibes. Like Tarzan.
You wanna try your luck on me, 'cause I wish you stay. I wish you would keep me running, searching for something that thinking could it be.
Love that.
Got you running through my mind.
Spaceship organ.
And I can't keep up, 'cause I'm still reveling in the rush. I wish you'd stay.
Gives me a very Disney vibe, this song. Nice. All right, The Chase. I don't really have too much to say about this song. I did enjoy it though. I really like the vibe of it. Like it gave me like a Disney like family film. Like at the end, like they've worked through all their problems and they love each other again. Like it gave me that kind of vibe. Really like the production. It, like I said, it reminded me of Phil Collins, like that Tarzan soundtrack. That's when, with the drums especially. So I love the drums in there. I love that, like, I just kept calling it like a spaceship organ. I love that sound. And that mixed with the guitar. The guitar gave me a real, like, country kind of feel to it. So loved the production overall of the song. Of course, great vocals. And just the overall vibe was really good. Nothing really else to say. Won't be in my top tracks, won't be at the bottom either. It's more of like kind of in the middle, but a really enjoyable track. So yeah, let's go on to the next one.
Think about your lips and the way they kiss. There's so much I really miss about you. All of the fighting seems so sweet. All that we were, my love is tragic. So I lay a dozen roses for the love that I lost. Oh, all those nights
song reminds me of something.
You've been on
Really
my
like that
mind
thing in the
every single
background.
night. I can't visualize life without you. I've been trying to go
Like her
away
delivery too.
without
It's kind
losing
of
sleep, but there's something that I need to
rapping
go
almost, the
through.
way
All
her
the
flow.
memories feel like magic. I stand by all my choices, even though I pay the cost. Oh, all those nights, the lows and highs, guess I'll share them all with you. So I
Love
leave
the
a dozen
strings back there.
roses. I lay them there, I lay them there for you. So I lay a dozen roses for the love that I lost. I lay them there,
Ooh,
I
I
lay
swore.
them there for you.
All right. I don't have too much to say about this song either. It was cool though. I really enjoyed the strings mixed with that piano, and that little voice thing in the background was really interesting as well. Like I said, this song kind of reminds me of something. I can't quite put my finger on what exactly it is though. But I did also like her delivery on it, like the cadence or flow that she was like delivering the verses with felt like rap like almost, the way she's like the I that was just really interesting because it felt so much like a rap song in those moments almost, even though like the instrumental and she was obviously singing wasn't rap, just her delivery put me in that mindset, so that was cool. But yeah, other than that, I don't think I have much else to say. So let's go on to Baby.
I don't wanna wait too long, so I do. Crying is the only thing that gets me through, besides calling for you.
Love the drums.
Calling for you. I'll be there. I'll be there. Come to me. I don't wanna think too much, but that's what I do. I'm missing you is all I know. Calling for you. Calling for you. I'll be there. Come to me. Come to
Yeah.
me. I don't wanna wait. Besides calling for you. Calling for you. Oh, I don't wanna wait too long.
This one felt very like modern day pop. Like it made me think of that one. I think her name is Ava Max. Like I felt like I could hear her singing this kind of song too. It works for Celine Dion as well though. I like the drums on this song and the way the like oh baby that she was doing throughout, and that little voice thing in the background that like yeah, whatever that is, that little accent. There was something similar on another song too, but I really like that. But yeah, I think that's all I got on this one. I feel bad because the past couple songs I haven't really had much to say about them, but they haven't been bad songs. They just aren't evoking too much commentary from me, but they are definitely enjoyable. But yeah, let's go on to I Will Be Stronger. That voice at the beginning. Oof.
First in the deep end, but then the first to leave.
Love that little
kind of lifting. I'm
in the background.
in the street. And though I might have been lonely or lost,
Feels a
it's
little
not the end.
gospel influence in there.
But it's just a moment, no souvenirs. And I know love wins over pride. I won't outstay my welcome, but
Love the
love
background
is on
scene.
my side. I didn't ask to be set free, but in my hour of weakness, I found a sweetness. And I know it's set forever, and I know you left your mark, but you gave me a life worth living.
See, this part right here feels like you're at a church.
Tonight I will be stronger. I didn't ask to be set free, but in my
And
hour
with the
weakness,
kind of choir
I
backgrounds.
found the sweetness. It's not the end.
Yeah, that
It's
little
not
organ
the
right there.
end.
This track had a really interesting like gospel element to it. Like it didn't feel like straight out a gospel song, but it had certain elements to it, especially in like the second half. Like it felt like an organ came in and the backgrounds felt like a gospel choir almost. And even the way that she was singing towards the end of the song felt so gospel-esque. So I found that really interesting because it'd go from, and it was like not just the end, but throughout certain parts felt gospel. Like it felt like adult contemporary pop, and then it go into more gospel realm, and then adult contemporary, and then more gospel realm. So that was just really interesting to me. Really like the beginning where it started off a cappella and it was just her voice. Almost maybe would have even preferred if it had just been like a fully a cappella song, because her voice is so piercing when it comes in that it just really grabs your attention. So I loved that. Wish it maybe would have gone on longer, or if we have like a full a cappella song on the album or in her career, let me know, because I'm sure that'd be beautiful. And then, oh, you know what else I really liked too? There was like this kind of boom, boom beep throughout, especially in the first half of the song. And it kind of made me think of like when you're in a hospital room and that machine keeps beeping. It kind of reminded me of that. And I thought that kind of worked well with this song, because it felt like this person that she loved died, and now she's like, I will be stronger now that you're gone, because I have to be. So that was just kind of an interesting element that I found really, really cool. But yeah, I think that's all I got on I Will Be Stronger. So let's go on to How Did You Get Here? One has kind of a throwback vibe, those kind of 50s doo-wop.
I've been thinking about you more than I want to, spinning me around in this web, getting in
Really
my
like that
heart
doom
and
doom
my
doom
head.
doom 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 doom.
But you do, yes you do. I wasn't looking for love, I was comfortable. How did you get here?
Like her voice there. Love the doo-wop background. I would love to see like a video for this with like real, just like 50s poodle skirts and all that. Love the background.
Wish you didn't make me so weak every time you're next to me, but you do. Yes, you do. How did you get here? How did you scare the walls to my heart?
Love that bass there.
How did you get here? How did you get
That like organ back there.
Tell me who let you in. Shook all my confidence. How did you get here? How did you?
Nice. I enjoyed this song. I love that like 50s throwback doo-wop feel, especially when it came like to the instrumental. Like I love that live band element. Like it just felt so, I don't know, fresh is the right word because like I said, it feels throwback, but it was like nice just to hear like the band, the horns going off, the bass in there, just that feeling that the instrumental had. I really enjoyed because it really tapped into that 50s doo-wop feel really well. And then I loved her voice on it. Like it, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it, but her voice, it switched up between the verses and the chorus, and I just really liked how it felt with this song. Like it had that warm 50s feeling, and then I absolutely loved the backgrounds. I'm a sucker for backgrounds, which this channel has made me discover my love for background singers and background vocals. And they were great on this song with those how did you, and all the other little moments that they came in. They just such amazing accents to the song. And then again, just the backgrounds especially just really tapped into that 50s doo-wop vibe, which I really enjoyed. And I again am just really liking her, like, you know, like tapping into all these different sounds that I wouldn't necessarily associate with Celine Dion. But yeah, that's all I got on How Did You Get Here? So let's go on to Look at Us Now.
Hard to look at pictures on the wall.
Ooh, very dark here, her vocal. I don't even know if dark is the right word. She's just like, ooh, very haunting.
The future wasn't for us, but look at us now.
Ooh, love her delivery here.
Look at us now. How can we hold it together? How can we see through forever? When we're lost in the dark, you know it's scaring me to say it out loud. Back to back, we sleep on separate sides. Back and forth, we slowly lose.
Her voice almost feels like detached, like she's detached, you know? I love the effect it adds to the song.
Like this goodbye could be for real. How can we hold it together when we falling apart? Can't put my finger on the where no other heart. Oh, look at us now. Two broken hearts on the ground.
Oh, love the guitar here. Hey.
But look at us now. Two broken hearts on the ground.
Yeah. All right, look at us now. I like this song. I wasn't the biggest fan of the instrumental at the very beginning, but as it went on, I did like it more, especially that guitar. I think I like the guitar, like the electric guitar feel throughout. But what really sold me on this song was her vocal delivery, and it just was so. I kept trying to pinpoint it during, but it was so like dark and just kind of straightforward. Like it wasn't colored up too much. There wasn't too many theatrics around it. It was just kind of look at us now, and like through the verses, the way it was just like it was very dark and kind of pulled back and restrained, and just it worked so well with the song because she's like all that we could have been, and this is where we are now. Like it's a mess, and she just sounded so detached and like over it, and I thought just that worked so well for the song. So that amped the song up times 10, even though I wasn't feeling the instrumental at the beginning. But yeah, amazing vocal delivery. Again, with those background vocals, amazing accents on the song. And then again, at the end of the song, I really liked the instrumental and how it just kind of faded out a little bit. And it was more just like guitar riff at the end. But yeah, I think that's all I got on Look at Us Now. Great vocal delivery on this one, both from Celine's lead vocals and the backgrounds. So yeah, let's go on to Perfect Goodbye, and that one has an explicit mark on it, so let's get into that.
45 steps in the same direction. Oh, ain't it strange? We're here connecting.
The beat kind of sounds like a distorted music box from
It's
Carousel.
out of our hands anyway. And if you need me, I will be in your memory. Good night, baby. Kiss me now, don't make me sad. This shit is perfect, each second worth it. Let's save this love before we go and hurt it now. Good night, baby. Stars
Really
in
like the vibe of
This is
the
the
way it's just like
goodbye. Just take my hand, don't ask no questions.
This one kind of feels like she's rapping a little bit too.
Got a plan, it's out of our hands anyway. No regrets, this is heaven sent. Look at where we are, it's amazing.
Dun 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 dun.
I will be in your memory. The stars in the sky, this is the perfect goodbye. 'Cause I don't wanna be here without you. I'd rather just bottle time. Baby, take a look around. Everything is perfect now.
Feels kind of like a distorted heaven too. Very strange feeling. I like it.
This shit is perfect. Each second worth it. Let's say this love before we go and hurt them now. With stars in the sky, this is the perfect goodbye. This is the perfect goodbye.
All right, so I didn't get quite what I was expecting with this track when I saw the explicit mark. I thought it was going to be an angry track. She was just going to be, cursing up a storm. But she just said shit a couple times. But I did still really enjoy this song nonetheless. It was really the vibe of it that worked for me. I love that kind of distorted music box or carousel vibe that piano was giving me, because it had some distortion on it, and it was just that riff repeating and repeating and repeating. It made me think of a lullaby, especially when it got to the chorus and how she was singing. It kind of felt like a sad little lullaby. So I really enjoyed that. And then I like when the guitar was coming in. At some points, really, really great instrumental. And then again, I just really liked her vocal delivery. Her vocal delivery, along with the journey of the song and how it changed up. Because like I said, during the verses, it kind of felt like she was rapping almost, because her delivery was so staccato, like that dun 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 dun. It was very boom, 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 word, 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 word. And then the transition, that quick little moment where it would both her vocal delivery and the instrumental slowed down. It was and then it went into the chorus, which was very very floaty and light. So I just really like all the journey and transition of the song, from that real staccato, and then it slowly morphed down, and then it was very elongated and everything. So that was just really cool journey, and really helped with that kind of distorted picture of the song and what that relationship is. But yeah, let's go on to the next track.
Sun going down, leaving pearls on the skyline. Every tiny light in your eyes, every flicker, no, it's the best of all. Nobody looked at me like that before. Oh no,
Like that home.
it's the best of all. All I
Oh, okay.
In and out of
Boom,
lonely
boom,
places,
boom,
washed
boom,
up
boom, boom,
everywhere.
boom, 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 boom,
But
boom,
now I
boom.
know where I'm going.
Going.
No, it's the best of all.
I like how it's like amping up, but still has that simple feel.
Nobody's ever fallen when I fell. On my knees in the street light at your door. Is it wrong to be sure? Oh no, it's the best of all.
All right, this song was just really simple. That's like the best way to describe it. Like there were no big vocal moments, no crazy instrumental, no wow background. It just kind of it all just flowed out really like matter of fact. And I think that worked in the song's favor with the subject matter because she's just like, I'm in love. I love you. This is the best feeling of all. So it all really worked, and I enjoyed its simplicity. I did really like how with the instrumental, it did, while it still felt simple, it built upon itself with each subsequent section. Like the first verse just felt super bare, and then the chorus it picked up a little bit more, and then the second verse it picked up even more, and then the next chorus, it kept building while still feeling like, yeah, this is just matter of fact, I'm in love. Because a lot of times with songs like this who rely on a more like simple approach, they'll kind of have the verses be simple and then the chorus be big, amped up, and then it'll kind of go like simple, big, simple, big, simple, big. And that sometimes work, but it's sometimes not. I'm not the biggest fan of that because it takes away the trajectory of the song. But with here it just kept going up and going up and going up while still staying in the like matter of fact simple realm. So really enjoyed this track and the way that it built up, while still for the 80th time staying simple. But yeah, that's all I got on Best of All. Really just kind of soothing, like lovely track. So let's go on to the next track.
Couldn't breathe, it was high tide.
Like that. Dum, 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 dum,
Escape,
dum, dum,
couldn't
dum, dum,
dream,
dum.
only nightmares spitting me, couldn't see for the darkness closing in,
Yeah.
closing in. Only see a need, feel the need. Oh, till now, I was living in a heart of glass. I was living in a heart of glass. I was living in a heart of glass. Keep me safe in your loving embrace and arms, kiss your face till there's no more to say. I'll hold you.
To say it. Oh, the accent came out a bit there.
I'll hold you near. You took a chance on me. Wrist down and your hands may bleed. Oh, till now. You say I was living in a heart of glass. Oh, till now. You said I was living in a heart of glass. I was living in a heart of glass.
What is she saying?
I was living in a heart of glass.
Sounds like I was eating a heart of glass.
Heart of glass. Until now.
Bleeding a heart of glass?
Oh, I can breathe now.
Breathing a heart of glass? Heart of Glass. I really don't have too much to say about this one. It's just kind of your standard adult contemporary pop rock record. Great vocals. Enjoyed the instrumental. I really did like that one, that like do 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 that was going throughout. It reminded me of what I've said on a couple other records. Like it has that like floaty kind of in space euphoric vibe. So that was cool. But I think that's pretty much all I got on it though. Oh, but let me know what the lyric was. Was it eating a heart of glass like I thought, or was it bleeding a heart of glass, breathing a heart of glass, or something else completely different that I didn't catch? Let me know that below in the comments, and let's go on to the next track, I guess. Ooh.
We are the ones that walk the fire, and we are the ones that never listen. We can't get burned enough. We can't get burned enough. And there's no
Like how it's taking its time. Great vocals.
You can never hurt me. You've got to take me to that place. You let your guard down, yeah. You let your guard down, yeah.
Love the
If you don't take me
strings.
all the way. And there's no boundaries. I could never hurt you. You could never hurt me.
Oh, love that voice. That now that you found me, there's no boundaries. Slightly.
Fall in love and let it love be. Let it all be your hope. Let it all be your. Just let it
I really enjoyed this song. Especially love that slow build. It almost felt like cinematic in that like slow burn way where it's like, oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's building, and then it hits you and it's like, it just really worked for me, and it helped add this sense of vulnerability and honesty and purity to the song. Like you're building up your courage to say like, now you found me, there's no boundaries. I really especially loved the chorus like that, how she was singing that, those boundaries, like it felt so like, ooh, like we're over the hill. So really enjoyed that vocally there, and I really like that other voice in the background. I don't think it was Celine. It didn't quite sound like her. Maybe she can just play with her voice that way. To me, it sounded like Selena Gomez, but I highly doubted Selena Gomez on a Celine Dion record. But whoever that background vocalist was, that simple just, now that you found me, there's no boundaries. I don't know. It just worked so well. It was just so light and like, taking my time and saying. I just really enjoyed this song. The slow build of it worked so well for me in all elements, and really enjoyed the background and the instrumental, like those strings, like the doom, 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 just really good on all fronts. Yeah, let's go on to The Hard Way. I've reacted to this song in the past too. I reacted to a fan-made video, so if you haven't seen that reaction, go check it out. I don't really remember it that much though.
I've been touching fires for the sake of feeling. I've been restless, tempted to follow every devil way down. I had to see, try to believe. I wrote my story, and this ain't how it's ending. Said to myself,
I remember that part now.
this ain't how I'm gonna
Love
go
her
down.
accent.
When the bottom hit my soul, I had to climb above the low.
And very triumphant, works so well with him, his courage
Just a
thing.
little to come alive in the right way. And sometimes to get home, you gotta go the hard way, hard way. I don't see a reason chasing love down a dead end. But see, the truth is, I wouldn't know that unless I did. I write my story, and this ain't how it's ending. Sit to myself,
I'll write my story. This ain't how it's ending. Love that.
when the night shut down my hope, I had to find like the hard way.
Love this.
Took the easy way out.
love a good quote.
When the bottom hit my soul, I had to climb up all alone. When
Love
the
that, how
night
big it
shut
was, and
down
then
my hope, I had to find a light to hold.
gotta touch just a little.
And
Come alive in the
sometimes
right
to
way.
get hope, you gotta go the hard way.
Love that ending. All right, the hard way. I'm gonna try to keep this brief since, like I said, I already reacted to a fan-made music video for this song. So if you want to hear my extended thoughts, go check out that reaction. But I enjoyed this song. I've kind of forgot about it, but hearing it again and reignited my memory. And it just, I think it really captures the essence of this album really well. Like, sometimes you gotta go the hard way and have that courage, you know? Like those lines, like sometimes you gotta break just a little, die just a little to come alive again. Unfortunately, that's true. I wish life could be, you know, cupcakes and rainbows and everybody could just be happy all the time and everything works out. But it isn't like that. And sometimes you just gotta keep going even when it's hard, and then, you know, an even better outcome comes. But yeah, great song. Love that section with the choir behind her, and love the message of the song. Would have been a really great way to end this album, which it did in the US. But we also have the Japanese bonus track Soul to get into. So let's listen to it.
No blade grenade, no bullet won't let it get under my skin, under my skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love the strings.
Won't let them in. I'm not made of steel, I'm not made of stone, and I'm not made of glass that breaks in pieces on the floor. I'm not made of steel.
Feels kind of like jungle.
I don't look back, the past has passed. I'm only living in this
Boom.
moment.
Boom.
In this moment.
Kind of feels militant too.
I'm not made of steel. I'm made of
Something stronger.
I'm made of heart and blood and sweat and flesh and bone. I'm made of
Hey.
I'm made of soul. I'm made of soul. I'm not made of steel. I'm not made of stone. And I'm not made of glass that breaks in pieces on the floor. I'm not made of
Yes. No. Yeah, I hear you back there.
made of heart and blood and sweat and flesh and bone. I'm made of steel. I'm made of steel. I'm not made of stone. I'm made of soul. I'm made of soul.
Nice. All right, so that was actually the perfect way to end the album. Very big and triumphant. Like, the hard way is more like, you know, sometimes it's just, you gotta take the hard way. You gotta go through stuff to get through a better ending. You know, which is nice and uplifting, but this is like boom, boom, in your face. Like, I'm made of soul. Really enjoyed this track. Loved all the different elements of it. Like, the chorus kind of felt like, you know, you're in a jungle, like hunting to survive, do. And then it felt also very militant at certain parts. I loved the verses that, like, I believe it was like a bass, like that boom, boom, boom. That was great. Her aggressive delivery was great. Just really great bite to this song. Really, really, really good. And love that message. Like, I'm not made of steel, I'm not made of stone, I'm made of something stronger and bones and flesh and da-da-da-da. Like, just being human and alive is being strong. So I really love that. Yeah, really, really great song, and great way to end the album. So that's the final track. So let's get into my final thoughts, and I'll go over my top 3 tracks and what I rate this album. All right, Celine Dion, Courage. Shout out to Celine Dion, man. And a huge shout out to all the Celine Dion fans who have waited so patiently for my reaction to this album. I feel like I've had y'all waiting since the beginning of this channel, basically. But I appreciate y'all for sticking around. And again, if any of y'all would like to see the uncut reaction to this album, that is up on Patreon right now for the lead actor patrons. But I think that this was a really just solid album, like really well put together. Now it's not necessarily the kind of album that I'm gonna have on heavy rotation, just because it's not the type of music that I just naturally gravitate towards or listen to. But it's still a really quality body of work for many reasons. But we could start off with that voice. Like her voice is just so good. Like still, she has kept great what's the word, she's taken great care of her instrument. Now I haven't reacted to as much Celine Dion on the channel as some other artists, but I'm definitely familiar with her voice. Like I've said before, my mom was a Celine Dion fan, so I heard her a lot growing up. And then of course there's like, the Titanic song and the Beauty and the Beast. Like, I've heard her voice a lot, and it sounds just as good now as it ever did. The way that she's able to soar, and the theatrics and the control that she has and the resonance in her voice is all just so good. And not even just like the her vocal ability, but all the ways that she's able to use her voice. Like I wrote a bunch of them down, and I'm probably even missing a few, but she's like able to be big and triumphant and soaring, but also small and delicate, or like broken and emotional, and you feel it. Also like rough and edgy, or like just kind of light and floating, or even sexy and like sensual, which is something I hadn't ever heard from Celine Dion, but heard for the first time on this album, which I loved. And it was also kind of operatic at times, or more had a rock edge to it at other times. Just really amazing way she's able to bend her voice to different styles. And speaking of different styles, she had many of those on this album as well. Like there was classic kind of big ballad adult contemporary Celine Dion, but there was also like that modern pop music feel to a few songs. There was like EDM, which again was a huge surprise, but still worked really well for her because she didn't sacrifice the vocals on that. And then there was the like pop rock Celine. There was like country rock Celine, 50s doo-wop Celine, some gospel influence on there, some Spanish influence on there, even like slight hip hop influence, which I just loved and enjoyed, because there was just so many different sounds on this album that I wouldn't necessarily associate with a Celine Dion, but really appreciated her branching out into. And this is the first Celine Dion album that I've ever heard in full, so maybe she has always dived into different kind of genres and stuff. I still appreciate it though, because this album, it had an overall more modern feel to it. Like it was Celine Dion stepping into 2019 really authentically, because it felt like, yeah, this is modern and updated overall, but it still feels like she's not sacrificing who she is as an artist. So I really appreciated that. And even if she has been doing it in the past, I love when artists keep like, upping their game and taking different chances, because at this point she's a legend. She has nothing to lose. And then lastly, I really enjoyed the theme of this album, the theme of courage, and the lyrical content, especially when you look at it as like all the things that she's been through in the past couple years in her personal life, like all the loss and her having to have that courage and overcome all these obstacles. And I feel like you really feel that on the album. Like on a song like Courage, you feel that hurt in her voice, and you empathize with her. And then on a song like Soul or The Hard Way, you're like, yeah, we coming out on the other side stronger. So I just really appreciate it, really how it felt like she put her all into this album and really took from her personal life and put it all on the table. And I love when an artist is able to do that. Let's see, what else did I have to say? Oh, I guess my only minor complaint was 21 songs felt like a lot for me. And that's more of even a personal thing. That's not, because I'm sure the Celine Dion fans appreciated having 21 new Celine Dion songs, plus the standard edition has less. But I reacted to the deluxe plus the Japanese bonus track. So, I put myself in that willingly. But during the middle somewhere, I kind of felt a little lost in the sauce. Like a couple of songs were feeling like a bit generic when it came to the instrumental and some of the like the lyrical content. It was like, okay, I've heard this before. So that lost me a little bit in the middle, but again, overall, I think it was a really solid project. Enjoyed the overall theme, of course, the vocals, and then her just kind of, taking chances, I guess. Or shouldn't even say taking chances, but stepping outside of what I am accustomed to from Celine Dion. And I enjoyed that while still staying authentic to who she is as an artist, because the EDM, which was probably the biggest departure from what I know from a Celine Dion, still worked because the vocals were there big time. And then the beat was just like, hey, we can be in dance clubs too. But yeah, I think that's all I got for my final thoughts on this album. Now we can get into my favorite tracks. Now, first up, my honorable mentions. I've got a good bit of them. I've got Soul, Perfect Goodbye, Look at Us Now, and Nobody's Watching. And I actually had a few more that I couldn't quite fit on my honorable mentions, or it would have been like a majority of the album. Like I said, this isn't necessarily an album that I'm going to have on heavy rotation, but it's still really good. And a lot of the songs I was like, ooh, should I put that one in my honorable mentions? Ooh, I don't know. But I landed on these and I'm going to stick with those for now. But let me just say, they're the average of this album, the majority of this album, I should say, rather, I really, really enjoyed. But now to get into my official top three. Number 3, I've got Falling in Love Again. This is a track that felt like kind of classic Celine Dion, that adult contemporary, big ballad, really emotional, really beautiful. And the vocals on this song were, so good. The way her voice soared and just kind of took you on a journey. I loved this track. My number 2, I've got Say Yes. I loved how this song just kind of felt like floating in the air with the vocals, the instrumental, just the overall vibe, like that. Say yes once more. Like it felt so like it felt like a light hug and you're floating in heaven. I just loved the feel of the song and the way that she played with her voice on it. It was just so light, and she didn't need to do too much extra, because it hit you with just that those little love taps. So really loved Say Yes and just the overall feeling that it gave me. And then my number 1 track, which should be no surprise if you actually watch this reaction, is easily Lovers Never Die. If lovers never die, then she killed this song. This is what I was referring to when I was saying like the sexy and sensual vocals that I had never personally heard from Celine Dion, but loved on this track. The tango vibe that I got from it, just how sexy and seductive it was, while also being really aggressive and like angry. Just the mix on this song was so good. Now this is one that I'm for sure gonna have in my regular rotation, because she killed this. And I can't believe this track is only 2 minutes. I feel like the best songs nowadays are like under 3 minutes, which I hate. I could have gone for 5 minutes with this song. Just how the nuances that her voice had on this song, and the way that she like would crescendo. It's just so good. The levels on this song, and the attitude, and the ways that she played with her voice on it, and the instrumental, the strings. It was just all so sexy and sensual while also being angry. And I love the lyrics, love the vocals, love the instrumental. Everything about this song was so good. I wish it was longer. But yeah, I think that's all I got. My top 3, number 3 was Falling in Love Again, number 2 was Say Yes, and number 1 was the amazing If Lovers Never Die. But yeah, that's all I got. Now I can get into my rating on this album. I give Courage, the album, an 8.25 out of 10. I kind of went back and forth on what I wanted to rate it. I think I'd give the album, as far as quality, a 9 out of 10. Really solid project. But I put an 8.25 out of 10 as my final score, just factoring in like my replay value, my factoring in my 21 songs was a little daunting in the middle, all that stuff that I said before. But I think an 8.25 is still a really, really good score. Shout out to Céline again for a really quality project. Thank you to the Céline Dion fans for your patience. I really enjoyed the album. I hope you enjoyed my reaction as much as I enjoyed the album. Again, if you would like to see the uncut reaction, that is up on Patreon, as well as my reaction to Tell Him with Barbra Streisand should be up if it's not up already within the next couple days. So the link to join the Patreon is in the description, as well as I've got a bunch of other exclusive content up on Patreon. So if you're interested in checking any of that out, link is in the description. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this album, what your top tracks are, what you rate the album. Don't forget to like this video, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to my channel and Patreon for more content like this. Thanks for stopping by. See y'all next time.